Wow, my hair is crazy. Welcome to Heart, where I just woke up. My hair is crazy. I want to talk about games, movies, and videos, young and old. Specifically, Invincible Season 4. I am actually tripping at how fuzzy my hair is right now. This is wow, I got them bags, dude. Whoa. I just woke up and I'm feeling in the mood to speak on Invincible Season 4. Debatably, one of the best seasons yet. Now, the elephant in the room when talking about Invincible now, you basically can't go on any sort of social media, including this one, motherfucker. You can't go on any of the social medias now without being bombarded with talk of Invincible. Invincible? Shit animations. The animations in Invincible is terrible, and they waste all of their money on high-budget actors, which isn't even necessarily false, is the crazy part. It's just that I, not once watching this show, not a single time have I been taken out of the show due to the animation. Now, people can have their own opinion on that. You can say, this guy's watching with his eyes closed, you can say whatever you want. I don't know what to tell you. I'm getting frustrated with the amount that people are hating on the show because of the animation, because I feel like you're giving yourself an injustice, almost a disservice. You're not allowing yourself to enjoy the show because you are comparing it to like Jujutsu Kaisen or just like anything else. Comparison is the thief of joy, and I fully believe that. Now, could the animation be better? 100,000%. Is it worse than season 1? A gazillion percent. Do I wish that it looked a little bit more like season 1? For sure. If this show was consistent with its animation, I don't even think there would be anything to complain about. It has done some of the comic book moments better in the show than in the comic book. It has built characters way better and even made changes to characters that fit way better in the show than it ever did in the comic book. Characters like Shrinking Ray went from a one-off character, a quick death, like a bit basically, to having an emotional arc and having an emotional relationship with the character, which then heightened that character up even more and gave them this whole emotional arc. And that character, Rex, goes from a pretty generally hated character to a pretty fully loved character by the end. And they did such a better job of that in the show. But I can also see, if you are watching the show and you're being taken out by the animation multiple times, I completely get that. I completely get being furious with it. I just don't. It just doesn't happen to me. It really doesn't. Like, people will use examples and they'll use a 2-second clip and they'll slow it down to 0.2 speed and be like, wow, look at the PNGs move. And it's like, dude, at full speed, I did not clock that at all. I don't know. Am I old now? I have no idea. A lot of those things I was not clocking whatsoever. Now, again, yes, the animation could be better. I wish it was better, but this whole story all around is just so good, and they're just doing such a good job of adapting this series. It really doesn't bother me. I almost don't notice. I definitely notice the quality has dropped for sure. It is not consistent. They very much save those, high animation, high budget moments for specific moments, and that is okay. I really hope moving forward that it's more consistent. Like that, I definitely hope, but okay, I'm going to stop talking about the animation now. Let's move on to the positives, because the positives are basically everything. I love this show so much. It's a little special to me because I'm normally watching like a movie or anime. I don't really watch shows that much anymore. But when Invincible came out, I had already read most of the comics, and I say most because I started reading the comics at a fight that hasn't even happened yet. And I didn't understand who was a good guy and who was a bad guy. So I just kept having to like go back and reread and go back and forth and da. So I got through a lot of moments there. I don't know everything, but I know a lot, if not all of the major moments in the show. So coming home and knowing that I got a season of Invincible ready, waiting for me, I can just go, and that's when I got my TV in my room, and I could sit in my room and watch it and sit in my bed, and it was just a lot of fun. And it's a show that definitely takes the superhero genre and flips it on its head a little bit. Like, I really do like having Invincible and The Boys coming out at the same time. They both take superhero concepts and flip them all around. And season 4 is just as good, if not the best in the series. The fights are awesome, the stakes are high, and the characters, wow, I love all the characters. They're so good. So at this point in the show, we are trying to fight against the Viltrumites. We have our coalition army gathering together to go and fight a war against the remaining 40 Viltrumites. So the coalition exists of, we got Battle Beast, who's goated. Not much you can say about him. He's just pretty awesome all around. Alan, I have no comments on Alan. We got Omni-Man in there. The season deals a lot with Omni-Man and him trying to seek forgiveness, but he also doesn't know how. And it's very cool seeing like Debbie and basically everyone else in the series. They're all scared of Omni-Man, but they stand up to him. You know, they tell him no. And even when he comes back and he's asking for forgiveness and he's trying his best, but then he kind of thinks he's tried enough. At one point, he's like, hey, like I put my life on the line for you guys and all this stuff. And they're like, okay, well, do it another 3,000 times because that's how many lives you've taken. Like, okay, man, good first step, but you've got a long way to go. Like, it's really nice to see the characters not just okay, it's totally fine, you're forgiven, you're sorry, yes. No, they are not forgiving him at all. Even with Mark, the relationship with Mark and Omni-Man goes kind of crazy this season, and Mark and Oliver, Omni-Man and Oliver, they got a lot of baggage to unpack, and they're basically able to do that because Mark gets gravely injured and almost dies. So they like have to spend a bunch of time together, and that's how they end up getting a little bit close and solving a lot of their problems. So Omni-Man's got a lot to do this season, and damn, they just do such a good job. We have Tech Jacket, who I like Tech Jacket. Tech Jacket is serving Tech Jacket's purpose, I think. I think people kind of forget that Tech Jacket is there because she doesn't die instantly to a Viltrumite. Like, she can hold her own, and she is a lot of support, and she's going to be doing more of the tech things, you know, firing the lasers or firing those syringe things, which was also kind of odd, but more of a defensive person. I think she holds her own, and she's been doing good so far. Then we have Space Rider, who Space Rider is pretty sick. He just has a laser that does not stop, and he fires that thing. He's got that thing on him, and he knows how to use it. I feel like I'm forgetting people, but I don't think I am. I already kind of mentioned Oliver. Oliver is going through a lot too. He just is aging so fast. He is just he outgrew all of his friends, and he really overestimates himself, which makes sense for his character, that he just overestimates himself every step of the way, which is fine and makes sense because that is the character that has been established. He's very much like that. But yeah, it sucks seeing him get his ass beat in basically every single altercation. It's very funny, but also not funny at all because it's scary. And he does seem to be like almost fodder, but he can be reused because he can, like, you know, has the healing factor. And so far, he's basically always been in a bad situation, and he's always kind of gotten everyone else fucked up. That's just him learning. It is annoying for sure, but he's actually a child, so I can't really fault him. Oh my god, Debbie. Debbie's the goat. Debbie's the goat. Debbie's the GOAT. I love Debbie. They put Debbie through a lot, and God, she's just the GOAT. I don't even, like, she stands up to Omni-Man. She actually, like, physically punches him, knowing it will do nothing. She straight up stands up to him. Even when he speed blitzes right in front of her to be like, you have to forgive me, she's like, I don't got to do shit. Like, she's so sick. And Debbie has a lot to deal with when they go out into the war. Well, there's a lot of time that passes when they all go to war out in space. So much stuff happens. Eve is trying to explain to Mark before he goes off to space, that she is pregnant, and that's why she's losing her powers. That's like a big thing for the first couple episodes, and how that gets resolved is incredibly sad. And Mark, it weighs heavily on him because he wishes he was there, because he made Eve go through all that. He didn't make her go through it all alone, but him not being there indirectly made her go through that all alone, and he feels extremely guilty. And he knows that because of the actions that he committed out in space, like, he doesn't know if he'll ever be safe again. He doesn't know if he'll have to go back out into space and be gone for another year, or 10 months, or however long he was gone for. And he's dealing with immense PTSD. And how they do it in the show, that's another good reason of how they do things in the show that are a lot better than the comic books. Because that last episode, with how they're dealing with Mark's PTSD for what's happened throughout the whole season, they don't do that in the comics. It's portrayed a little differently, and just so good. I'm trying not to give too specific details, I guess, because this is still a review, but I know I've given some spoiler-ish things, but I really wanted to rant about Invincible for a bit, mainly on how the animation hasn't taken me out of it. I think the show has done a lot actually better than the comic, which is crazy. Also, really quick, I did not mind the Damien Darkblood stuff at all. I think it gives Mark, well, it shows you more of Mark's like blue suit attitude, of him being like blue and black suit attitude, of him being like, yeah, I need to actually kill these guys to finish it off. I need to really kill these guys to finish it off. And it just shows what he's willing to do in that state. And I think that episode just emphasizes that more, if anything. And it's fun. Like, I don't know. I won't get too much into that. So yeah, season 4, absolutely phenomenal. The ride that they have taken Mark through is so tragic, and it's also so good as a show, but it's so tragic. Meow. And with that meow, we got a lot more where that came from. I got a lot more like movie and anime reviews going on here. So until next time, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thanks for watching. Very excited for the next one, and we'll see you later. Peace out.